We added more French cleats to the shop because French cleats are cool and they hold all your stuff. If you can put a French cleat on it, you can hang it.
Jeez, no!
Here in the shop on this side wall that you've seen in a lot of other videos, we have some pegboard up top where we store tape and wire and chain and bungee cord. Things that we use in projects, not necessarily tools. Down below are parts bins that I've had forever that hold a variety of little things.
Junket!
We're going to put French cleat here, and we're going to take this wall and we're going to eliminate this pegboard up top, and these old bins are going to be replaced by some new ones and give us a lot more storage here and further down over the folding workbench so that we have a more consistent wall that's like the French cleats we have everywhere else. So that's the project. Fix this wall that we're embarrassed by.
First step, demolition. All the old stuff has to go off, so fold the table down and remove the stuff from the wall. The backer board is a 4x7 foot sheet of plywood, so I cut a foot off the end to make it fit. Then we paint it orange because everything in the shop is orange. We use a backer board because we like the color in the shop, it makes it more rugged, and it gives the strips a little more support than just screwing them to the wall, but either way works.
The next day...
The now dry and orange backer board is attached to the wall with 2 screws. 2 screws is plenty because we're going to put a lot more in later.
You can make the rails for your French cleat wall out of pretty much anything that you want.
But we use cheap 1x3 pine that we cut at a 45-degree angle. Any size wood works, just cut it at a 45-degree angle. What you want are strips like this that are cut at a 45-degree angle like this. You'll use these strips for both the French cleats themselves and the attachments for whatever you're going to hang on the walls. They do both jobs. Start with your bottom cleat. Put a screw right through the cleat into the stud. Make sure that this bottom rail is level, that's very important, and then put another screw through into another stud. Then grab 2 pieces of scrap wood that also have the width that you want to have between each one of your rails, and use them as spacers from one rail to another as you build up the wall. It really is this simple to get evenly spaced rails on your French cleat wall. As long as that bottom rail is level, you should be good to go. Next, it's time to demolish the pegboard door that stuff keeps falling off of, because it's pegboard. Now you can see what we've been trying to hide all this time. This is not the look that we want to have in our shop. The original pegboard is already the size I need, so I use it as a template on the backer board. Super simple. Hollow core doors don't have studs, well, at least not in the middle, so instead of using screws for the rails, I'm using glue. These are pretty small rails and they aren't going to hold that much, and glue should be fine for what we're going to use it for. Then the whole thing is painted gray because we want a solid gray door for reasons.
The next day...
Well, here's the door panel. It looks great, doesn't it? Except for one thing. I forgot to put the hole in it for the doorknob to swing. So I've got to drill the hole and I got to take one or more of these slats out so it has room to turn, because I got all excited about putting these things on and didn't put the hole in. So gotta go fix that. That's why the video is late this week, because of this.
It turned out to be easier to just use scraps to build a new one, so I started over. But this time I drilled the hole for the door, because I can be taught. And this time I laid the backer board on the flat concrete floor, which gave me a much more solid surface to glue the rails down to. The shop floor also allowed me to stack stuff on top of it to hold the glue down, kind of like scrap clamps here. And then I painted the whole thing gray again. And then the whole thing is attached to the door by putting screws into the studs that run around the edge of hollow core doors. Then it's time to apply hazard warning tape, because that's what we do in this shop.
10 seconds later.
Yay!
Last up is the condition zebra sticker, because that's also what we do in this shop.
So how strong are these strips? Pretty strong. Individually, a pine strip, a 1.5-inch pine strip like I have here, it can't hold a whole lot. But behind this wall are 5 studs, 11 rows of rails, giving me 55 2.5-inch screws going into the studs. So these aren't coming out easily. They can hold pretty much anything that can hang on them. So when you put these up, use your studs. Now, if you've got a backer board like I have, you can also put screws into the backer board that will increase your strength if you want to make them even stronger. But I figure 55 stud screws is enough for this 4x7 wall here. They're not going anywhere. What are we going to hang on our new French cleat wall? It's our shop, whatever we want.
What is wrong with you?
We built another French cleat wall back here a while back in another video I'll tag here, where we built a bunch of things to hold gloves and flight deck helmets and things like that. But this wall, its primary job is to hold this stuff, our cubbies that hold all of our little small parts and things that we've acquired over the years. We're getting rid of these 3 things, and we're going to add a significantly larger amount of storage in a better way. And I found these. These are at Harbor Freight for about $1.50. They're 4 inches by 4 inches and 3 inches deep, and they've got hanging holes on the back that you can hang them, and they're really great. But the really super great thing about them is that you can take multiples and you can slide them together, and you can make cubbies in any shape you want. Now, I'll apologize in advance because the 3 Harbor Freights within driving distance of me are no longer carrying these because I bought them all.
To mount this monstrosity to the French cleat wall, you just take a French cleat rail, put a couple screws in it, attach it to the back of this array of cubbies, and hang it up on the wall. Just that simple. Look at all this storage. And it was super cheap.
We want to hang tape up here on the French cleat wall. Now, other people have built horizontal trays to hold tape that you can just grab your tape and go. We really like those, but we never know how much tape we're going to have laying around. It kind of varies with different projects, more or less or whatever. So we're going to use these 12-inch spikes that we have left over from when we hung our dinosaur on the wall. So if you have any spare spikes from your dinosaur, well, you can use these for tape hangers. What you hang on your French cleat wall is an expression of you and the types of tools that you have, how you use them, where you use them, that sort of thing. It's really up to you. In our shop, we have 4 French cleat walls now, soon to be 5 when I eventually get rid of the final pegboard over the miter saw over there. But now I can move things around to be close to where we actually use them. For example, this is a workbench. The workbench is where we use the Dremel. Well, the Dremel station has been over by the drill press because that's where we had the French cleat wall. Well, now we have this over here, so I can take the Dremel box and move it over to where we actually use the Dremel, over the workbench. So, going to save a lot of steps, and this makes you move faster in the shop. And you see the French cleats are already holding the equipment boxes down here that replace these old things, and we're going to take all the stuff out of these and put them in here. If you don't want to watch that, we'll do that later. But I also have the spikes to hold tape. Super simple. Not very pretty, but it doesn't have to be. Now I can hold all the tape I want. And it's right there where I can get to it. You can also repurpose things you've used before. This is a basket, a pegboard basket that we use for various things. We've got a couple of these. I just put a French cleat on the back of it. And now I can put stuff in there. I also have shelves. Super simple. Glued it together, didn't even use screws on this. And this will hold my glue. And you can hang just about anything, even major awards. It all goes on your French cleat wall, and you can move it around as you need it, and as you use the shop, you can say, hey, I'd rather have that over there. No problem, take it off the wall, move it. No tools required. So that's
that's it for our latest edition, the 2 new French cleat walls. We'll have another one going over the miter saw station at some point in the future, and you'll see a lot of tools move around when we do that because we're going to put things where we use them even more so than we do now. So we like it a lot. Hope you like it. If you've got a shop, this is the way to go. Super cheap, super configurable, super easy to put up. What's not to like? You should do this. And you should paint them because everybody's wood shop is brown. Paint yours a color. That'd be a happy place when you go out there like this one is for us. Thanks to our patrons. You make this sort of thing possible. You're wonderful. We build stuff all the time, even more so now that we have really cool new French cleat walls where we can get to our tools and go faster. But if you like this, like, subscribe, ring that bell so you won't miss any updates, because there will be, because I'm about to start building more stuff. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Go build one of these. See you next time.